Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Yeah, you go ahead, Leana. Say
My
hi.
name is Leana. I am a mom of two girls. My daughter is 5 years old, and my younger daughter is 2.5. And I'm a former elementary school teacher, and I'm currently studying art to become an art teacher for kids.
And my name is Dawn Zerker, and I am a mom of three girls who are 8, 6, and just turned 4. And I am a former music educator who did kindergarten through 8th grade mostly, and then also did some baby music classes, and just love sharing music ideas with kids. And I homeschool my kids right now. And I also have a business where my main goal is to help moms like you be thriving in your new journey of motherhood. So we're excited today to talk to you about um, some ways that you can help your baby's brain as they're going through this very critical time when they're from, birth. Well, actually, prenatal all the way up until 2 years old is a really critical time for their brain development. So we are going to start off with some trivia and see how much you know. So Leanna is going to share her screen.
Okay.
We'll see if it works. We didn't test it out. We tested it out before, but not today. So there we go. I'm starting to see it.
Oh, I don't know the password to share audio. Okay,
It's
well,
asking for
we'll
a
do
pass.
our best. Here we go.
All right, there it is. I see it.
Okay. All right, we're going to play some trivia. When we get to the question side, you can think about what the answer is and
Yep.
write it down.
And for mine, there's numbers, so you can pick a number of what you think the answer is.
Don, how about you read your questions? I'll read mine.
Sure, that's fine. So I say there's little blocks in front of it. Do you see those?
No.
Okay, there's like little, yeah, there's right there. Oops, there, it just covered up the.
Okay.
Well, I'll read the question that she just covered up, which was what? There, when it disappeared. Which nutrients are used for building the brain and nervous systems of your baby during pregnancy? So we have number one, there's omega fatty acids, which includes DHA and EPA, choline, folate, or iodine for number 4. Which nutrients build your brain and nervous system of your baby? Go ahead and give the answer. And the answer is, I tried to trick you with the very first one. It is actually all of the above. The brain is among the first things that your baby starts to develop. It starts developing around 4 weeks. So before you maybe even are just finding out you're pregnant, your baby's brain is already starting to develop. And so some of the things that's really critical during pregnancy is to try to reduce your stress, eliminate toxins because they can be really harmful to your baby coming in through you, and also eat as well as soon as you know that you're pregnant. All of those things, folate, DHA, EPA, the omega 3s, iodine, and choline, they're all important to help your baby's nervous system development. And so this is the one time where doctors will recommend that you supplement because you just can't get enough. Your body's going through a lot to build this baby and the nervous system. And so that's why this is the first time you might be recommended to supplement. And in a little bit, I'll just tell you a little bit about a wonderful prenatal supplement that I can offer you. All right, so the next question is since we're going to be doing some music today, I thought it'd be fun to find out about how babies hear. So your baby's hear its first sound around what week? Is it 16 weeks in utero, number 2, 24 weeks, 30 weeks, or at birth? I think that you know that they've already been hearing before birth. I remember one time starting a mixer and feeling my baby jump in my belly. So the answer is 16 weeks. The baby can start to hear their first sounds. It's at about 24 weeks that they've been shown to actually respond to that, like turn their head towards wherever the sound is coming from. And by birth, it's kind of crazy, but they're able to recognize their mother's voice. They can recognize their native language that's been spoken while you've been pregnant with them. And they already can notice speech patterns and rhymes. I specifically, as you go to the next question, I specifically remember my firstborn she was only 2 days old. And as my husband talked, she actually turned her head and would look at him. I could tell she recognized his voice too. So, okay, does eating fish help brain development during pregnancy? So these questions are kind of, we have 2 yeses and 2 nos. So first decide if you like yes or no. But is it no, you should stay away from fish because of heavy metals? Yes, you should eat fish, but it doesn't help brain development. That's not what it's for. Yes, fish is great to eat during pregnancy for brain development. Just stick to low mercury fish. Or no, eating fish has no nutritional benefits. And the answer, you probably know this just from what I've said before, if you know anything about omega-3s, is that yes, fish is a great to eat for brain development. They are where you get your DHA and EPA. But you are going to be told, I remember being very confused about this when you were told when you get pregnant to not eat fish too much. But then it was very confusing. I think they kind of changed that a little bit because they realized how important these omegas are to babies, but you definitely, in their development of their brain, but you definitely need to watch what type of fish you eat because the mercury is also been shown that's in these fish to be very, very toxic to babies and can really affect their IQ and their development after birth. So one of the ways that you can avoid this is by supplementing with an omega-3 and make sure you find a supplement that is a very clean source and does the heavy metal testing, quality testing, which my company offers that in these wonderful little chewies or gummies that taste really great. And my kids eat them too. So it's a great source of that especially if you're not a fish person who wants fishy
really
burps
good.
when you're pregnant. But
Those look really good.
yeah, they're strawberry lemonade and they actually are pretty tasty. They don't taste like fish at all. It's really crazy. I don't know how they developed them, but they're amazing. And they also have 3 times the amount of the omega-3s than most jellies on the market. So you're getting everything you need there. All right, and my last question is, how does listening to and making music affect your infant's brain development? Is it improves language skills and vocabulary? 2, soothes and calms? 3, improves mathematical and spatial awareness? Or 4, engages empathy, trust, and cooperation? And guess what? I'm ending on, as you move to the answer, I'm ending on another trick question because it is all of the above. Music is such a powerful tool to use with your infant and toddler. There's so many research that has been going into this that show that it improves all these things. It helps your kid be a happy kid. It helps reduce stress, probably reduces stress for you too. Kids are shown to be learning in language and general I'll talk in a little bit about as I teach you some songs, they can really help your day go easier too. So music is super important, but also something else that's important is what Leanna's going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about literacy because I'm a consultant with Usborne Books and More. And we'll start with this question. What kinds of books are good for memory retention for all ages?
Hopefully it's not memorization, Bible
The
stuff,
answer is
or, like reverse memorization. Oh, good.
and it has to do with what you don't see and then you see. And it's kind of like object permanence for babies. And it's a memory builder visually as you get older. So there are a lot of books on Usborne website for kids of all ages with different lift the flap fun pictures all the way to informational lift the flaps. The next question is, what kinds of books are good for sensory touch? And the answer is texture books with things to feel. For kids to touch a lot of different textures, smooth, rough, bumpy, shiny. It's really good for them to feel it, and that helps them when they're touching other things, other fruits or toys, and they're learning about their world that way. So this touch sensory feeling is really important for growth. What ages do children benefit from being read aloud to?
I know the answer as a
And
homeschool
there's
mom.
all ages. Even
Yes.
after children can read by themselves, hearing books read with higher vocabulary can benefit them. Hearing adults read with varying tonality and expression is beneficial.
Yes, I've been trying to explain to my husband why we're going to do read alouds all the way through high school.
Right,
He's like, but you can read already.
super good, all ages, and in schools, it's really good. And the teacher will read aloud the chapter books too with the kids. What kinds of books are good for fine motor skills? The answer is sticker books. Peeling off a sticker and placing it somewhere is good for fine motor skills. You're using the pincer grasp, you're learning to hold the page and peel off the sticker. And when there's a design on the page, you're thinking about where to put it, you're planning. And with the sticker books with Usborne, you can peel it off and decide to put it somewhere else too.
How old do you think that is, Leanna? Are you going to talk about that
Let's
later?
see. The sticker books and stickers in general are the kids around age 2 start to like peeling these, and I'd say all the way through high school or even adulthood. I mean, I still love stickers and I used to collect them, and I love to decorate cards and crafts and whatever that I'm making.
Yep. All right, do you
What
want
are
me, because
some
it's going to take, yeah, it's going to take me to my little thing. So tonight I just want to talk, one of my things is about providing wellness for you, and this is more talking to prenatal moms if you're expecting, what you can do for your baby's brain nutritionally. And I think, go ahead, Leanna, and hit the button. It won't start the video. It will bring up my chart, because it has been found that many moms are, oh, it is going to play the video. Why? Oh no.
That's why we created a
Pause it. Can you pause it? For some reason, it should have my chart there, but okay, we'll come back to this in just a second. But let me talk if my chart's not going to appear. But I was just going to say that it's been found recently and through research that many moms are very short of certain nutrition, even if they're taking supplements, believe it or not, because your supplement quality really matters. I admit that during all my pregnancies, I just took the cheapest supplement I could find. It was the first time I ever took a supplement. I just checked it off the list and um, said, yep, I did that. But by my third baby, I was exhausted. Like, after having that baby, I had more troubles with my third baby. And then I was just exhausted afterwards, more so than the normal. And I found out that it's probably because I had postnatal depletion. Your babies just take a lot from you, and they take a lot to build, especially that nervous system. So some of the nutrients that are really important are the ones we talked about in the trivia. But they're also the ones that tend to be lacking in a mom's diet. And since I don't have my chart up here, it was going to pop up and I was going to talk to it. But I know some of them on there was iodine, vitamin D, iron is now that's not so much important for your baby's brain exactly, but it is something that women tend to be very deficient on while they're pregnant. And then your omega-3s. Protein is something a lot of women don't eat enough protein while they're pregnant. Sometimes it's because it's hard to eat when you're pregnant. You might be experiencing like food aversions. So you want to find things that are the simplest. So I just wanted to give you this little video here is introducing our new prenatal I'm really excited about it because it's complete. You don't have to jump to a whole bunch of supplements to make sure you're getting all your bases covered. It's all in simple form factors to eat, chewables, drinks, and tiny, tiny tabs. So if you're new to taking, a lot of pills, it's pretty simple. And it also walks you all the way through your pregnancy journey, from trying to get pregnant to it's going to follow you along through getting pregnant and changing for each stage that you have, followed by postpartum, because especially if you're nursing your baby, your nutrition is still really important. Your body has a lot of healing to go through. So go ahead, Leanna, see if it'll play.
Personalized approach to complete nutrition for each step to and through motherhood. Introducing Meology Prenatal. Designed for comprehensive nutritional support, including foundational vitamins, minerals, and solutions. Meology Prenatal includes 23 essential vitamins and minerals, omega-3s, and choline for advanced nutrition that surpasses other popular brands. Our comprehensive approach to prenatal health also addresses common issues, all with the highest quality ingredients and standards. Out with giant pills, in with delicious, nutritious, easy-to-take drinks and chewables. Welcome to our most convenient, complete, and personalized prenatal nutrition plan ever.
That looks great.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be, it's just nothing's like it on the market where it's actually, oh, there's my chart that just appeared, where it actually tracks you through your pregnancy and your journey, and it will suggest different things that you need for those different stages. So I'm really excited about it. And then it comes from a company that is totally safe, proven, and clean nutrition. So you don't have to worry about the heavy metals and toxins that that are getting into you. So there's the chart you see. This is the daily recommended amount if you're pregnant. And these are the ones that are on the list as far as what you really need to focus on for brain development, but then also that women tend to be pretty low and deficient at during pregnancy. So if you want to go to the next slide, then this is talking about your baby's nutrition.
Every woman's journey to motherhood.
It's going to play the video again. Just hit it again. Click it again. It should take you to the next. It's funny that it went out. Okay, so then let me talk about your baby. So if you've already had your baby and you're breastfeeding, as I said, the Meology Prenatal will follow you through that postnatal stage to make sure you're getting what you need for your baby. But once they hit about 6 months, they're going to be starting to eat solids. And it has been shown that many babies are, especially breastfed babies, are short on the vitamins and nutrients that are underlined: iron, zinc, and vitamin D. And that copper and choline are two other minerals and nutrients that help brain development, and that if babies are deficient in these, that it really can affect their brain development. Like I said before, conception to 2 years old is a really vital time for their brain development. And so you want to make sure that you're feeding them good nutrition as soon as they start eating. And so some of the foods that you should focus on are pureed meats, which I'll admit, I don't think I've started with that with my kids right away. It's a little bit more intimidating, but that's where they get their iron. Fish, beans, eggs, and yogurt. And you can always do a search online and find a really good list of superfoods for your baby. Avocados are great. Sweet potatoes are a great thing to start them on. But I just want to make you aware that it's super important to watch their nutrition. In our country, we don't, unless you're food scarce in a situation like that, we don't have too many issues with this, but it definitely is something that should be on your mind as they're coming into the solid food stage. So the video we're going to watch is actually not for babies. It's for as they get a little bit older. This is also part of the Meology family, like the prenatal, and it's for the kids. And if you have picky eaters, like my middle one right now hardly eats, it's really hard to get her to eat vegetables and things. So it makes me feel good that she has some supplementation to help her brain continue to develop well. So go ahead and watch the video.
And what age would you say the Meology Kids is for?
Yeah, they recommend 4 and up. That is what's been tested, right? Like that's what's been cleared. I will say that I would feel totally fine giving my baby the jelly, like the omega jelly.
Deserve the best nutrition, so we made the best kid vitamins ever. Meology Kids is superior nutrition, body and brain supporting, and immunity boosting, all in one, totally tasty, just for them, customized pack. Little gummies to keep kids growing strong, with 100% of 8 essential vitamins and minerals, so they can beat dad in every race. This yummy yellow one helps growing brains with omegas, so they can remember important things, like how fast sharks can swim. Plus immunity-supporting elderberry for force field-like immune protection, and 0 of these things. Just one all-in-one pack a day for the best nutrition. 100% yummy, 100% nourished, 100% theirs. Meology Kids. With each box of Meology Kids sold, Shackley will make a one-to-one donation to Vitamin Angels. Shackley, making healthy happen.
Yeah. So if as your kids, if you have older kids too, other than your newborn, it's a great option. My kids love it. They taste really good. They come in that individual pack where you get to put their name on it and they get to pick the little logo, like that little teddy bear. They have like 20 different logos the kids can choose from. And then it has little facts on it about nutrition and their body. And so yeah, it's just it's great nutrition. And then as you heard at the end, it's the same with the prenatal. They do a one-to-one donation to Vitamin Angels, which gives vitamins to kids that aren't as well off. So it's a great thing if you want to support spreading good nutrition to less fortunate. So Leana, do you want to talk about your books a little bit, and then I'll come back and end with it keeps on replaying. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going to do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to show. Also, I am a consultant for Usborne Books and More, and Usborne Books is a publishing house in Oklahoma, and they also sell Kane Miller books, which are from England. So they have a lot of different kinds of books. So I'm going to show some today. This is a baby's very first little black and white library. And when babies are born, they can only see black and white colors clearly, and then red. And then after a few months old, they can see colors a little better. So it's really great when they're little. So when they're really young, you just show them these little black and white books, and they're really mesmerized by these simple drawings and colors. And this is also a way for them to learn some little things. This is an animals one. And they're small, and so when they're older, and they can hold the book too, and you're teaching them to turn the pages, and they'll really like these little books. And they're also easy to take around with you because they're so small. Only it fits in my hand. This one is babies. I remember when I showed a black and white book to my own kids, and they would just stare at it for so long, and it was so mesmerizing to them. This one is called Going Out. There's a lot of different things that are from outside. And this one is faces. They're all little children's faces, and the kids are pointing to different facial features. This is a little box set. This is pretty small. And then another series I really like is called That's Not My, and then there's a different animal or character. And this one is That's Not My Duck. And this is really great for sensory touch and textures. And there's just so many different ones. I'm sure you could find whatever you're interested in for your kids, what they like, or like things that are around you. Like I have a train one, squirrels, and this duck one because we have these animals and things around us, so it's really relatable. There's lots of different textures to feel, and that's really great for them to learn that way. Another kind of book is the Lift the Flap, and this one is the Little Lift and Look series. This one's the garden, and it's relatable for kids because they can look in their garden or a public garden. And this one's fun. They have your flap, you're showing them, they can guess what's behind and turn and see. And there's different peek through spots as well. This one is the Lift the Flap over here. There's another flap. One. And this one even has little hole cutouts they can peek through. And then here's another flap and a peek through here. Another kind of book Usborne has are these musical books. There's sound ones and musical, and they all have an on-off switch in the back. There's a QR code, you can hear the story online. Some of them are the story, some are just the music. So this one specifically, the Nutcracker, is music by Tchaikovsky. So there's a little circle on each page, and it looks like this. And kids soon, even my 2-year-old, learns how to press it and where it is on every page. She memorized the spots. So you can hear the music is really good, and it plays a snippet of the song. And there's a nice story you can read. This is the Nutcracker, so this part of the story and a really nice drawing. So there's a spot at each of these 2 pages to press. And here. So these are super fun. I would say ages, even baby. So baby to, well, maybe middle school. So all my kids love it. I can imagine older elementary school kids would like these sound ones and music ones. The ones that are like the zoo sounds, younger kids would really enjoy those.
Yeah, I could see if I would probably I could use that with my 4th and 5th graders when I was teaching music. They would like it.
Okay, yeah. And then the last one I want to show is a sticker book. We have 10 more minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, so a sticker book, there's a whole bunch of different ones. There are big ones like this. There are smaller ones about this size. And so, oops, this has a lot of stickers my daughter cut out. So you have the scenes, and then there are sticker pages. So the sticker pages look like this. Everything's perforated, and this is how my daughter designed it. This is a 5-year-old's work. And I just want to show it. The sticker is very easy to peel off. As I was saying earlier, for younger kids, they're peeling this back with one hand and picking it off, and they're deciding where to put it.
They're also pretty
I'm holding it
repositionable
like
too.
this, so I'm just gonna hold on to it till I see where a pig would go. So this even has a little drawing here. So it looks like this pig would go in the trough. That would make sense for the pig. And so there's different scenes, and there's a lot of different themes of the sticker books, even friendship and different places, different interests like ballet, and of course the ever popular unicorn. These are really fun and they're reusable. I tried to pick some off of a sticker book that my daughter did like 2 years ago. I can still peel it off nicely and stick it somewhere else. So that's really great for same for your 2nd or 3rd kid.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids like those sticker books. I got one for my little one. She Zoe liked it a lot. Even my older kids like the sticker books, but
And I also want to mention that other activity books on Usborne's website, they have fingerprint books and books that have lots of different puzzles you can write in with mazes and connect the dots, word searches. And there are a lot of wipe clean books with a whiteboard marker, and you can draw or write in it and erase also. Those are all really fun, different activity books. So that's all for my Usborne Books and More portion.
cool. Thanks for sharing those books. Like I said, I know that I have one of each of those books for my kiddos, and they have liked them a lot. And it also is very great to, like, when you have a newborn, for example, we started reading with ours at 6 weeks, and sometimes you're like, what do you read with them? But sometimes it is just that talking with them and creating for you to feel comfortable that you can read with, or talk with them. And language is so important at that stage. So and I'm going to end here with our time with a few songs that you can use with your baby. One of the things, especially for newborns, is lullabies. lullabies are super important. I use lullabies. It can signal to the kids that it's time to sleep. It can help you keep calm while your baby is being fussy, and you can sing and try to keep your mind off of it. And so to me, lullabies were such a tool for me. While my kids, well, they still are. My 8-year-old still gets a lullaby every night before she goes to bed. She asks for it. So I have the lullaby I'm going to do tonight is one you probably never heard of. It's very short and sweet. It's one of my favorites of my kids. They request it a lot, and I think it's because it's customizable. So this is called Bye, oh Bye, and it goes like this. Bye, oh baby, close your drowsy little eyes. You are mommy's little baby, you are daddy's little prize. And that's it. And I would hum it too. And I just mix in doing the words, and I usually put their name in it. And I started doing a rhyme instead of the humming, where I took, like, for example, Zoe's name, Zoe, Oe, 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 Zoe, Oe, Zoe, Zoo, Zoe, Oe, 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 Zoe, Oe, we love you. And I think that's why they love it, because it has their name in it. And it's just a simple tune and really pretty to sing. I'll talk about, I know you're not going to memorize all of these, but I'll have a place for you to get these. I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. I want to rush through because we only have a few minutes left. And so you can hear that. Yep, 5, we're good then. So a lot of these songs are very short and sweet because babies don't have huge attention spans, and then also to help you remember them too. The other thing that we use music for with even newborns is to entertain. I should say, well, I can do the entertain first, is to entertain. So I had several songs I used. Like, here's a simple example of how to use music. I use the Jaws theme to just make them laugh. So I'd be doo-doo, doo-doo, and I'd get closer and closer to them. And I did this when they were newborns. And then I would, like, tickle their tongue. I'd get super close and I make the music go faster, doo-doo, 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 and I give them kisses or snuggle them. And it sounds silly, but it's one of those just fun ways to interact with them. They love music at this age. It fires up parts in their brain that is relating to language and all the things that I talked about earlier that helps music. So that's one simple, easy way just to entertain. Use the Jaws theme, or come up with your own little silly thing like that uses music to, like, cue something that makes them laugh or giggle. I also use the hokey pokey when I was dressing them. I would sing, you put your right arm in, and I would keep on, you put your right arm in, because you know how trying to get a baby in to stuff, it takes a while. You put your right arm in and you shake it all around as you're trying to shake their little arm into it. And you do the closey pokey and you turn yourself around. And then I sometimes would clap my hands in front of, that's what it's all about. And the left arm, you put your left arm, and so that's to entertain them. You think, like, they're just little lumps laying there when they're newborns, but no, by the time they were, 9 months old and they were used to that song, it became a fun game to them and helped get their clothes on.
And I
so
like that too.
Yeah, totally. No, you keep on going with toddlers, but I'm saying, like, and what I'm just encouraging is that start it when they're newborns, start them when they're babies, these types of things, because it's doing tons of things for their development. And then it's also helping you. And then the other way songs can be used to interact. And the one I have, it's one of my favorites. It's called Open Shut Them. I would do this again when I was changing their diaper. I usually start off with a song. And I know, Leana, I remember us talking how you had trouble with your kids on changing, they would run away. And I feel like I never had trouble with this too much because I'd always entertain my kids with songs. I'd always start with a song and, like, interact with them. And so I feel like they might have been trained, like, oh, I'm going to get attention or something. I don't know. I just never had trouble with it. And so this is one of the songs I would do when I'm changing their diaper. Open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, hands go in your lap, lap, lap. And I tap their little legs. And then you go creepy crawl them right up to your chin. I'd go up to their chin. Creepy crawl them, do not let them in. And you sing that song with them. And I would do that before I started changing their diaper. I might be doing it while I'm changing their diaper. And so it's just a way to interact with them that keeps them busy, helps you out, just makes momming easier. I have a whole collection of these songs. And as I said, I am going to be posting these on videos and on my website. So if you are interested after watching this replay, reach out to me and I will make sure you get the private link to my website where I have these songs housed, where you can go see the lyrics and get a chance. So Leana, I want to tell them about watching this replay real quick.
Well, I will also send out my e-commerce page for Usborne Books and More, all things there. Yeah, we're going to have a giveaway for anyone watching this recap video. If you would like to check out our websites, and we are going to give you free shipping on your order through the end of November. Woo!
Yay! And if you have any questions for either of us, we're so thankful that you guys tuned in to watch the replay, and let us know if you have any questions about any things we presented, because both Leana and I are very passionate about these things to help your babies, and we'd love to talk with you and connect. So,
Yes,
all right,
you.
good night.